Yo, what's up? It's your Yahoo Ben Israel. Yeah, man, oh man. This subject right here is gonna be about false prophets. Yep, absolutely. You know, that is a famous term that we have in our age today. The term false prophet. People swear they know everything. People swear they got the information. They got the knowledge and know what's going on, but they're truly in the derision, as Yah says in Psalm chapter 2. We're going to talk about Dave Ramsey. We're going to talk about that devil right there. That cunning little Easter right there. Because I know his name, a lot of people, hold on to this man as if he's, God's gift to the people, but oh no, he's a devil just like the rest of them. We're going to talk about how it says this article that I'm about to read here. It says Christian radio host Dave Ramsey faces $150 million lawsuit from listeners who say they were defrauded by a timeshare exit company he promoted. Now, what's the difference between Dave Ramsey and these celebrities, these so-called social media influencers who promote these shit coins, promising you that, hey, invest in this coin, you're going to turn 1,000 into 1,000,000. It's the same thing, except it's just in a different sector of the financial world. Same thing with timeshare. Timeshare is that's one of the frauding. It's fraud. It's a very fraud business. Goes hand in hand with the financial area when it comes to life insurance and mortgages and things of that nature. We're gonna go on into read this. It says Dave Ramsey offers Bible-based financial advice on his radio show, The Ramsey Show / YouTube. When that heathen know a damn thing about the Bible. We're going to continue. Dave Ramsey faces a $150 million lawsuit from listeners over his promotion of a timeshare exit group. Reed Hine offered to get paying customers out of timeshare deals, but often failed to do so. Lawyers say Ramsey was paid $30 million to promote Reed Hine over a period of 6 years. Christian radio host Dave Ramsey is facing a $150 million lawsuit from 17 listeners who claim he played a role in defrauding them by promoting a timeshare exit company. The lawsuit filed in April against Ramsey and the marketing company Happy Hour Media Group in Washington Western District Court argued that the radio host promoted timeshare exit team to the financial detriment of his listeners. The suit was first reported by a religious news service. Ramsey provides financial advice to millions of listeners on his radio show using teachings from the Bible. What a strange coincidence. He's not the first to use the Bible in order to gain power in this world. How you think we got to where we are today? Because people say in the name of JC, that new false testament? Yeah, they say the name of JC and people are going to go with it. Because if you are charismatic and you have a way with words and you use Bible scriptures, whether it's from the real Bible, the Hebrew Bible that the gods of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had spoken by the prophets to make, then you would know that, excuse me, I lost my train of thought there. Forgive me. But what's I saying? People like to use this false book in the name of JC and they just go with it, because if you're charismatic and you know how to speak and to the people and whatnot, and you sound like what you're going to talk about, they're going to flock to you. They're not going to do their own research in order to see if you're the real deal or not. No. You see somebody on TV, you see someone, with a nice little smile on their face, giving a nice little speech to the people, and people are listening to it, people are going to go with it. But we're going to continue here. Listeners will call to ask for advice on managing their finances, with one couple in May seeking help on their debts of $760,000. The suit said Ramsey was paid millions to advertise timeshare exit team operated by Kirkland, Washington-based Reed Hine and Associates. Lawyers say Ramsey was paid $450,000 a month by Reed Hine for his services, amounting to $30 million in total. Reed Hine promised to get customers out of timeshare agreements, but often failed to do so, per the suit. In 2017, timeshare operators began launching successful legal action against the company. In 2021, Reed Hine was ordered to stop its deceptive practices. Washington State Attorney General Bob Ferguson and paid $2.6 million to be used for restitution for victims. The company later stopped trading. Each of the 17 plaintiffs in the April lawsuit say they paid thousands for timeshare exit team services after listening to Ramsey's promotions. They say they were often advised to negotiate their own settlements with their timeshare companies and usually found it impossible to contact Reed Hine. Ramsey promoted Reed Hine between 2015 and 2021 and only ceased when the company stopped paying him. According to the suit, during that time, it's claimed he received thousands of letters from listeners who said they were unhappy with the company's services. In the period Ramsey promoted Reed Hine, it's argued the company received $70 million in fees from customers referred to it by the radio host. Lawyers argue that as complaints mounted, Ramsey became increasingly combative about his links to the company. Instead of acknowledging the deception, Ramsey recorded a 9-minute radio segment in which he lashed out at anyone he felt to be responsible for Reed Hine's woes. The lawsuit stated those parties include timeshare companies and the Washington State Attorney General. Ramsey never returned any of the tens of millions of dollars Reed Hine and Happy Hour Media Group paid him from his own listeners' hard-earned money. Instead, Ramsey has chosen to profit from his listeners' money, lawyers say. Ramsey and Happy Hour Media Group didn't immediately respond to requests for comment from Insider, made outside normal working hours. Religion News Service also failed to get responses from Ramsey or Happy Hour. So as you can see, it's anyone could be a wolves in sheep clothing. It don't matter if you're on TV, but that's the thing. People, they'd much rather, trust the person on TV than trust the person who is just your average, everyday Joe or whatever when it comes to financial advice, when it comes to spiritual advice. And it's crazy because these people don't got no more knowledge than you, especially if they don't even read the Bible. They just say just a couple of verses from the New Testament. They're not quoting from the Tanakh, the real testament of Yah. They're quoting from this New Testament, which is full of lies, and people are going to eat up because as long as you say, praise JC, be like when he walked on water, you got to have that kind of faith. Man, it is so easy to be a false prophet today and swindle people out of the money. Man, that's too damn easy. Matter of fact, I can say this because I was a salesman. I was putting on the charm. I was out there taking people's money. Man, it's a shame how easy it is to dupe people out of their money. Just be a little charismatic. Get to know someone personally, and you're going to take their money. And that's what this man doing, except he's on a way higher scale when it comes to the swindling. But we're going to go to the real scriptures here. We're going to make some reference using Yah's holy word. Right here, we're going to go to the book of Jeremiah. We're going to start at chapter 23. And it's going to speak about these false prophets, just like this man I spoke about just now. Excuse me. All right. It says, Jeremiah 23, starting at verse 9. Mine heart within me is broken because of the prophets, all my bones shaken. I am like a drunken man, and like a man whom wine hath overcome, because of Yahweh, and because of the words of his holiness. For the land is full of adulterers, for because of swearing the land mourneth, the pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is evil, and their force is not right. For both prophet and priest are profane. Yea, in my house have I found their wickedness, saith Yahweh. Wherefore their way shall be unto them as slippery ways in the darkness. They shall be driven on and fall therein, for I will bring evil upon them, even the year of their visitation, saith Yahweh. And I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria, that prophesied in Baal, and caused my people Israel to err. I have seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem an horrible thing. They commit adultery, walk in lies. They strengthen also the hands of evildoers, that none doth return from his wickedness. They are all of them unto me as Sodom, and the inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah. Now, we're going to go back to 13, verse 13 here, where it says, and I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria, and they prophesy in Baal, and cause my people Israel to err. Now, that's so relevant to this topic at hand, because here's what this man Dave Ramsey do. He promised these people that they could be able to invest their money into something that's gonna triple it. This is no different. There's nothing different going on. Same thing. He's doing the same thing, making fake promises. He's basically claiming to be a prophet, because what is a prophet by definition? A prophet is somebody who says something and then it comes into existence. But that's why he's a false prophet, because he lied to his own listeners. That's the thing. These devils, they don't care whether you're white, you're black, or whatever. They coming for your money regardless, because they're already at the top of the satanic food chain. So they're gonna have to keep driving up the ranks, and they don't care if they're your family, your neighbor, your wife, your best friend since second grade. They coming for you no matter what, anything it takes. Matter of fact, the closer the relationship, the better, because they're going to groom you from that point. And then once they got you in this bind, like, hey, we're buddy, we went camping, we did all these things, we were just in Dubai the other day. Yeah, now they got you in. Now that your guard is down, they ready to come in like a hawk and stab their feet into you like a fish and take off with you. That's it. They're ready to take what's yours. They don't care how close you are. It don't matter to them. It's all about the money. It's all about the dollar to them, because they're idolaters. It's all about the vain things of this world. That's why like people love saying money is the root of all evil. No, you heard that saying all day. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil, because if money was the root of all evil, then we all should be broke. That's the reason why we have these different hierarchies when it comes to wealth. Like, you got the poor, you got the middle class, and you got the rich. And even right now in 2023 today, they're trying to get rid of the middle class right now, and they're going to be either forcing you're either going to have to get super rich or you're going to stay super poor. There is no that middle class. They're getting rid of it. That's why they got all these inflation going up like a mug. People are getting laid off left and right. You're going to choose a side, and you're either going to stay on your grind or you're going to fall and continue to complain. And now you're homeless. Now you're you're begging on the street. And that's not a fun place to be. I've been there, and all praise to the Most High that I got out of that situation. But yeah, man. But we're gonna continue on with these verses right here. Let's see here. We're gonna start at verse 15 of Jeremiah 23. Therefore, thus say Yahweh of hosts concerning the prophets, behold, I will feed them with wormwood and make them drink the water of gall. For from the prophets of Jerusalem is profaneness gone forth into all the land. Thus say Yahweh of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of Yahweh. You see, that's here we go again. It's scripture jumping off the pages once again. Let's say that again. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of Yahweh. Because what did Yahweh say? That's why, when people say, I believe JC, JC doesn't align with the words of Yahweh, because what did Yah say in the book of Genesis? He says, I'm sorry. Well, he says in Genesis 2, but I meant to reference to Numbers chapter 12. I forgot the verse off the top of my head. I believe it's 6 and 9, but he said, if there be a prophet among you, I, Yahweh, will make myself known unto him in a vision and will speak unto him in a dream. Where does JC come into that? Where has Yahweh said, or you seen any type of account? Because, what we call, they always say, read the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, right? Nowhere in any of these Gospels does this JC figure, even when you can go to John 17, where he's praying to the Father. Who is he praying to? He doesn't say, there's nothing that says Jesus, here I am. He said that to Abraham when in Genesis 22, when he said, Abraham, bring thy son, thy only son that you love, and offer him as a burnt offering to Yahweh. Well, what did he say in the burning bush in Exodus chapter 4, I believe? He said, Moses, here I am. And then what did he tell him? He told him that he was going to be a mighty prophet of Israel. He told him he was going to get on Mount Sinai. I don't care if you're scared. You're going to speak through the mouth of your Levitical priest brother. What's his name? Levitical priest brother. I forgot his name. Dang, it was an A word. Excuse me. I know what I'm talking about. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Excuse me. I just forgot his name. But he was a Levite as well, and he spoke from his brother's mouth because Moses was, he wasn't confident in speaking in front of the house of Israel. But Yah was building him up, getting his confidence up, forcing him to be a man, and that's what you gotta do today. Aaron, that's his name, Aaron. Yes, he was gonna speak from his brother's mouth, Aaron. But yeah, there's nowhere in the Gospels where Yahweh was like, JC, you are going to be my begotten son. And it wouldn't even make sense because Yah said many times before this begotten son garbage that the Roman Empire created. He said many times, like what he told Pharaoh, told that man personally. He said, Pharaoh, let my son go, or I will smite all of your sons that are in Egypt. Even thy firstborn. He was telling him, let my people go out of slavery and bondage. Like he was telling that man, let my son go. He's talking about the nation of Israel, talking about all the women and children and the elders of Israel that were under slavery and bondage because they didn't hearken unto the voice of their God, Yahweh, and because they did not follow the law, statutes, and commandments of him. But we're going to continue here. On verse 17 of Jeremiah 23. They say still unto them that despise me, Yahweh hath said, ye shall have peace. And they say unto everyone that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. For who hath stood in the counsel of Yahweh, and hath perceived and heard his word? Who hath marked his word and heard it? Behold, a whirlwind of Yahweh is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. The anger of Yahweh shall not return until he had executed, until he hath performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel, and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned from their evil way, and from the evil of their doings. Am I a God at hand, said Yahweh, and not a God afar off? Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him, said Yahweh? Do not I fill heaven and earth, said Yahweh? I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. Same thing with that Freemason Martin Luther King. What did he say? I have a dream. Woo! You see, when you compare the false prophecies of JC, which are really just they really finessed the Old Testament by saying that JC committed 300 or something prophecies. That's a lie. I mean, matter of fact, I'm gonna make a whole episode exposing these, but I'll just give you one of them, where it says somewhere where it says he's gonna go into Egypt, and what does it say? The verse is something along the lines of you will go, Joseph, you will take you and Mary to Egypt, and you will be there because Herod is seeking to destroy the child. And then they try to borrow from I believe Hosea chapter 11, where it says and out of Egypt I called my son. Man, that's not JC. That's talking about the nation of Israel. Talking about out of Egypt I called my son. He's talking about the nation. Out of Egypt I called my son, meaning they were making a reference when Moses led out the nation of Israel, out of the waters, and killed all the Egyptians, drowning them, and let them out of finally through the waters. So again, that's just one of many false prophecies. That's not even a prophecy. That's literally just all they did was just make references to the from the Old Testament into the New Testament, and then people, because they don't know their research and because they've been brainwashed to not even read the Old Testament, they don't know these things. Another one is like, when allegedly, Satan talked to Jesus and he had a battle with him or some bull like that. I mean, that's a lie too, because all they did was just borrow from the book of Job, where Satan went up to Yahweh and told him that, hey, Job is gonna curse you to your face if you hit him with pestilence and agony, and just keep messing with him, he's eventually gonna give in. And then Yahweh put him to the test and say, hey, you're in his hand, just don't kill him, don't kill my prophet. And what did Job do? Excuse me. He stood tall and firm and did not give in to the devil or unto the words of his wife or his friends or whatever. He stayed tall and firm. And what did y'all do? Y'all checked up Job's people. He pulled up on him and said, this man, he righteous. Y'all gonna lay off my mans, and you guys aren't righteous, and I have to check you up on that. But we're gonna continue here. Starting at verse 22. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned them from their evil way and from their evil of their doings. Am I a Elohim at hand, said Yahweh, and not a Elohim afar off? Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him, said Yahweh? Do not I fill heaven and earth, said Yahweh? I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesy lies on my name, saying, I have dreamed. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, there are prophets of the deceit of their own heart, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. The prophets have that hath a dream, let him tell a dream, and he that hath my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is a chaff to the wheat, said Yahweh? Is not my word like as a fire, said Yahweh, and like a hammer that breaketh the rocks in pieces? Therefore, behold, I am against the prophets, said Yahweh, that steal my words, everyone from his neighbor. Behold, I am against the prophets, said Yahweh, that use their tongues as say, he hath. Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, saith Yahweh, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies and by their lightness. Yet I sent them not, nor command them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all, saith Yahweh. And when this people or the prophet or a priest shall ask thee, say, what is the burden of Yahweh? Thou shalt then say unto them, what burden? I will even forsake you, saith Yahweh. And as for the prophet and the priest and the people that shall say the burden of Yahweh, I will even punish that man and his house. Thus shall ye say, everyone to his neighbor and everyone to his brother, what hath Yahweh answered, and what hath the Yahweh spoken? And the burden of Yahweh shall ye mention no more, for every man's word shall be his burden. For ye have perverted the words of the living Elohim, of Yahweh of hosts our Elohim. Thus shalt thou say to the prophet, what hath Yahweh answered thee, and what hath Yahweh spoken? But since ye said, the burden of Yahweh, therefore thus said Yahweh, because ye say this word, the burden of Yahweh, and I have sent unto you, saying, ye shall not say the burden of Yahweh. Therefore, behold, I, even I, will utterly forget you, and I will forsake you, and the city that I gave you and your fathers, and cast you out of my presence. And I will bring an everlasting reproach upon you, and a perpetual shame, which shall not be forgotten. So as you can see, from the passage we read about the false prophets in the book of Jeremiah, verse 23. Chapter 23. Looks like Dave Ramsey, he's paying for it. This is Yah, humbling this Esau right here. He's humbling him because he thought he was just gonna get rich off the people who, basically got him to where he is today. But Yah, But Yah, he's not having it. He's gonna, he punishes all the wicked. Whether he gonna get you today, tomorrow, the other day, whenever y'all got time, he gonna make the time, and he on your ass for real. He's not playing around. So this is just Yah, just showing his hand, showing that, you know, he's the boss and not you. You may think you're going to swindle the people, but Yah is going to swindle you. And again, this is just him just, giving, Ramsey, his payback for, what he's done. And, I hope these people who, matter of fact, not even, because they shouldn't even believe this man in the first place. So kudos to them. I hope, they win that, but at the same time, it shouldn't even have been, they shouldn't have gotten themselves in the situation, because they should have just been thinking critically rather than just, oh man, Dave Ramsey, celebrity, big time status, all these accolades, he on TV and all that. Should have just throw all that garbage out the window and just think, who is this man and why is he promoting this? But this Yirmiyahu, all praise to the Most High. I'm out.